Go ahead, please.
Very simple question, I guess. One is, I'm thinking of analysts, I'm thinking of brokers, I'm thinking of people that they need to price. They have to do research and get a price of an item. They're not a buyer. They don't intend to buy, but they need to price. So that's ethical, moral, whatever. That's one question.
You only get one question for your quarter. Just one. Let's take that one, because that's a good one. That's a good one, you son. I'll repeat it. There are people whose very work requires that they price items in order for them to do their work, to maintain markets. I think you mean that too, et cetera, et cetera. You have to know what's doing out there, and pricing is a necessary thing. Even in the matter of businesses and competition, you want to know what so-and-so is charging for a thing, so maybe you can charge 10% less, you'll get more business. And that's the whole question of competition in business, which are Torah questions too. We have tons, by the way. We have more material in Jewish life about business, probably than any other single category, workable category, in all of Jewish life. I kid you not. The literature of business and proper Torah behavior, quantitatively, is at least as large as most of the other categories, and probably larger than. Okay, now, what do we do about that? One of the remedies, because your question is asked, by the way, in the 13th century already, exactly your question, honest to God. Exactly your question. I need to know what's going on in the market in order to run my business, says the guy. So when I go to ask a price, I want to be able in a Torah way to do it, not because I'm going to buy, but because I have to know what's doing, what's he charging. The answer already, which appears in our responsa literature several times, this one I have in mind is from, this is already from Spain, actually, from Zaragoza, is that what I'm supposed to do is to introduce myself to the shop owner and explain to him what I'm doing, that he should therefore have no anticipation that I intend to buy. And would you therefore, sir, tell me what the price happens to be? When you explain and reveal your intentions to the other party, that is considered to be taking steps against the violation of the interdict of asking and not buying. That's how that question was answered, that very question. Then somebody else came in and said, well, you know, the rabbi said, you know, I'm a shopkeeper. When anybody, and you know this, all you people in business, anybody walks in the door, I learned this from my wife, there's already a potential sale, even if they just want to use the bathroom. So if you're a good shopkeeper, and right, isn't it true? You know, they walk over the threshold of the door, there's a chance that you're going to make a sale. Unless it's a coffin. All right, so what? So they asked the question, you know, I'm going to say to the guy, look, I'm pricing because it's my job to do pricing and I want to get a sense of the market. And you have covered yourself with the Torah. Then says, but he's still going to feel like he lost an opportunity. And the responsum says, but the fact that he feels disappointed after you explained that becomes his problem and not yours. Right? It's like, that's all, because that's his problem. You played it out, you full disclosure. You did a full disclosure thing there. It's still hurting. It's a problem. Thanks for the question. Did I see another hand over here? One more, please.
In the aspect of marketing, especially with television and radio and newspaper, how do you then present your ethics when you're already presumptuous of your customer base that you're suggesting them to buy something they don't need?
When you suggest to the public at large that you're trying to get them to buy something they don't need on television, don't we have a huge problem with television? Answer, Judaically, yeah, we have a huge problem with television. That is correct on lots of levels, including the way the girls look with some of the product that you don't need. But that's another problem. Okay. That's why I want to go sell dresses. All right, anyway. How do we answer? First of all, the general announcement is not covered by what we're talking about. The halacha makes a differentiation between a transaction between two or more contracting parties and the general announcement in the street. Got it? So it's in a category all by itself and it's probably not a violation. By the way, okay. Aaron Levine also deals with this. I don't have the text handy. Also, Meir Tamari, who is an Israeli, who is an advisor to the Supreme Court and to the heads of state, also writes about this. He's brilliant also. So one is a public announcement is not equivalent to what happens in a transaction between two or more contracting parties. Another problem, however, with television, I've been thinking about this, I'll share it with you because I think about these things, is the whole question that has arisen again about celebrity endorsement, right? And you see we have some law cases. I'm not talking about a celebrity endorsement where they got Oprah's name or the Wizard of Oz, Dr. Oz, the one that looks like he's ready to do heart surgery when he's on talking. And the people are using their names for acai berries. That's a different problem. That's called crime. The bigger problem is a celebrity. Celebrity tells you, use this thing, and then and we find out, as you've been reading and hearing, they never touch it, they never saw it, nothing for nothing about it. Buy it, it's the greatest in the world. This is prohibited by Jewish law. If they do it on television, it's not such a problem. But if they do it in a way in which you become a contracting party, it's an enormous problem. Indeed, before the United States of America will finally catch up with this new realm of law, which we are debating these days, about celebrity endorsement, you should know that there is halakhic substantiation. I rely on Tamari and Levine for this. Halakhic substantiation prohibiting celebrity endorsement when the endorser is being given an emolument in order to say that he likes the product. Clear. And they bring all the sources. I won't bother you with the sources. I think 200 sources from the last 1,800 years. Interesting. And if you don't use the product, if you say it's the greatest thing in the world, it's even more. Okay. Thank you for the question. It was good. Hope I answered you. I don't know. But at least I said what I wanted to say. So take a look on your paper, number 4. I'm not going to do all of these. I guess I have to take my best shots. I'm going to try to do my best shots. Number 4, loathing no. This is from the Decalogue again. Alias the Ten Commandments. You shall not steal. Most people don't even understand what this is altogether, Jews and Gentiles, because one of the things most definitively that it does mean, is that it's not a law against the misappropriation of property. It means a law against kidnapping. You should know that. The halakhic weight of weighing the literature more towards not kidnapping than physical property. Got it? Interesting. You wouldn't think that, would you? Thou shalt not steal. What's it mean? No job. All right. Let me read for you some of this from the Mishnah. None may buy from shepherds any wool or milk or goats, or from watchmen over fruit trees any wood or fruit. But from women they may purchase garments of wool in Judea, and garments of flax in Galilee, or cads in Sharon. But if any such that sell them say that they are to be hidden, I got a watch for you. A Rolex. It is prohibited. It's a great Mishnah. It's a wonderful Mishnah. I can't buy from shepherds and orchard. Why? Shepherd, the orchard guy is selling the tomatoes on his own, right? You want a basket of peaches? I'll give you a basket of peaches, 25 cents. These are people that work with products in which there is the temptation that they will take that which they are responsible for guarding and do private exchange on it. So that I must presume in certain areas of the country or certain towns or villages that the material is hot property. And you know something about hot property in Jewish law? Fascinating. Listen in. Hot property, stolen property, never loses its status as hot property until it is eventually returned to the original owner. Even beyond generations and down the line and many, many years. There are many complications in all this, but I give you one line of thought that runs through the halakha. Once hot property, always hot property, and no matter how many transactions occurred from the original misappropriation, the item never loses its category of hot property, which means that it must be rightfully returned to the original owner no matter when that happens. Unless the original owner gave up that he's ever going to get it back, but I don't have to get into that much detail. Look at Abraham ibn Ezra.